Sunday, you guys. Happy Sunday. Just popping on. Happy Sunday to everyone. I won't be before you long, like always. I just wanted to pop in and finish talking about a little series that I'm doing or have going on or whatever. But we are talking about growth. We talked about growth and what does that look like for you. Everybody is different. So happy Sunday as you tune in. I'm glad you are here. I'm glad you chose to. I'm glad you chose to tap in with me today. I know it's Sunday. Some people are cooking, cleaning, and all of that. So I'm just hopping on real quick. Got me some new glasses. I like them. They shed it when they go outside. They have the protection and all that on it. I used to wear contacts all the time, but I'm in my glasses or whatever. But as you hop on, say hello. I really appreciate you guys being here. And like I said, we are talking about growth. And what does that look like for you, right? Thank y'all for liking the live. When y'all get in, I really do appreciate it. Okay, so we are talking about growth. And what does that look like for you? Uh Growth for everyone is different, right? So happy Sunday. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank y'all for liking the live. I really do appreciate it. And I am on a series of growth, health and growth and wellness, whatever that looks like for you. So I'll be speaking on such. Thank y'all for liking the live. Thank y'all for being here. Do y'all like the color of my hair? Uh what does that look like for someone that is not successful, right? Just a common person, a person that's like you and I, a person that doesn't have a lot of likes, a person that doesn't have a big following, a person that get up and go to work and make it happen. What does that look like, right? So it's what you don't see, right, when you're growing. And it looks different for everyone. It may not look like money. It might not look like the brand new car that your neighbor have. It might not look like the the fancy uh the fancy wardrobe, the fancy house. You brought a house or whatever. That's not your growth story, right? So it may not look like money, you know, with you growing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking the live. You can drop in the chat anything you want to say. It might not look like a promotion. It might not look like you have everything figured out because in this life, what's going on now with the raising of the prices and everything and gas prices and everything, it's kind of hard, guys, to uh to say you're growing in such a way. But we are. Each time we get up and commit to do something that different than what we did yesterday, it's growth, right? Yes, yes, yeah, yeah, that's true. What does growth look like for you? Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking the live. Growth can be just simply getting out of bed. Growth can be doing something that you haven't done in years, or committing to an exercise plan, or committing to eating better, or committing to getting your hair fixed, committing to cleaning your vehicle, commi- uh, committing to yourself to be a better you, right? That's growth. uh Taking control over a long dwelling situation, taking control over a situation that you didn't want to deal with, uh or you just kept passing it by. You didn't feel like dealing with it. That's growth, right? Trying again. You failed at something, trying again, right? I know I've tried nursing school maybe 3 times since I've graduated high school years ago. But, I've tried to do nursing school, and each time I tried, I didn't succeed. Not because of my grades, because I have it, I can do it, but just life got in the way, right? But as long as I get up and try again and keep going. So growth can look like trying again. Growth can look like starting over. Some people have to start over. A divorce, or you no longer live. You had to pick up where you used to live, and now you're starting over, right? So all of that is growth, you know choosing peace over proving who you are, choosing peace at work, choosing peace in your relationship, choosing peace with family, choosing peace with something that used to trouble you, that no longer trouble you. Choosing peace is growth, right? What does that look like for you, right? When you choosing peace, let me know in the comments. Learning to love again, right? Is learning to love again is growth, because some people, after they got their heart broke, however the situation went, you have to learn how to do that all over again and be able to trust someone or whatever. So that's growth, right? Surviving a hard season without losing faith is growth, right? Being sick, taking care of a sick parent, burying a loved one. Uh, Summer is finally here, and you can finally do something for yourself because your kids are no longer in school, so you can take a break for yourself. You don't have to get up at 5:30 anymore, or continue getting up at 5:30 and journal. Uh pray, uh cook something or whatever, prepare your day for tomorrow or whatever. But they call today for a reason. They call it the present because it is a present, right? It is a present. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for liking the live. Say hello in the chat. Growth, uh growth is simply not giving up on yourself, not giving up on your children, not giving up on your marriage, not giving up on school, whatever season you're in, right? uh a lot of people think growth only counts when the world can see it, but I'm here to tell you, growth is within, right? The world doesn't have to see what you're doing or what you're made of. That would be nice, that would put the icing in on the cake, but it doesn't have to. uh the world doesn't have to see your growth, right? Just you and God. That's between you and God. Growth isn't always being successful. Sometimes it's about being whole, becoming whole, becoming a person that God has created you to be or designed you to be. Nell, how that's a good one, huh? So growth isn't always becoming successful. It sometimes is about becoming whole and taking back what you lost in a season of drought, right? Not everyone growing, will be famous or you'll get something out of it or whatever. Your growth is your journey, your story. When you growing, it doesn't mean you have to be okay. Okay? You don't have to be okay, right? Because you're growing, because we don't know what that seed is going to become, right? Growth can look like healing. Growth can look like healing, guys. I'm just on here just speaking what I'm going through, and I just thought I would share it with someone. Growth is stages, right? We all know that growth is stages. Last Sunday, I talked about a pregnant woman being pregnant and the different stages she have to go through, right? She might not look like a 6-month pregnant woman that she goes to the doctor with, or if she had a previous baby, right? So everybody is different, right? What if growth have nothing to do with status and everything to do with becoming who you are? Tap into that. Growth can look like being healthier emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Spiritually is a good one. Growth is becoming softer and stronger, but it don't have to come with being weak. You see, there's a difference between being soft and weak. And a lot of people get that confused. Hey, sis, you got to go back and watch it, sis. Girl, I've been talking for about 10 minutes. You like my hair this color? I was talking about growth is in stages. Sis, I'm doing a part two of growth. I'm doing a part two of my growth series. And growth can look like healing mentally, physically, financially. Uh yeah, thank you. Tootie did it, girl. Tootie. All the things, right? What you cook today? Drop it in the chat, sis. What you cook today? Yeah, go back and rewatch it for me. But yes. So I was, I'm just on this series of growth, right? Having that that grief that took over me January, February, March, half of April. I'm trying to uh and I'll tell y'all about how I had to minister to a young girl at work the other day. Chicken sausage Alfredo. Ooh, you go, sis. Baby, I done gave up on cooking because nobody be home to eat it. The Tootie gone, that's gone, like they all be gone right for the summer. So I don't have to do too much. But growth is becoming softer and stronger without becoming weaker. That was the last one I said. So growth is different for everybody, guys. Everybody. And you know, some seasons grow your success and others grow your soul. Some grow your success and some grow your soul. So we all want spiritual growth. I was looking at a podcast. Yeah, God, cutting up. I got to cutting up. Okay, I had them yesterday, a mess. But uh I was listening to some podcasts about millionaires and billionaires, and you'll be surprised of how they all talk about their faith in God. They bring up the big God, baby. They know them some God, and that's how everything else is irrelevant if you really think about it. You know, you got to have the big God. So let's start, guys. Let's start this season. Let's start with planting. Let's start with planting our seed today. Let's plant that seed. Plant the seed. let's pray about it. Let's do some self-talking and let's do some praise and worship, right? While we are on this growth journey. It starts with a seed. That's all it starts with because we want to grow. We want to grow. So we're going to start with that seed. Put that seed in the ground, if you know what I mean, on good ground. Put that seed on good ground, right? So we're going to do some praying. We're going to do some self-talking. Yes. Yes. Praise and worship. Sis, look, when I make it to 500 subscribers, that's 200 subscribers away. But I'm going to get there. And I'm going to have a big old surprise for you. Do you hear me? Because uh you always here to support me. And I really do praise and I thank God for you, sis. But I'll have a surprise for you. We got to get to that 500 subscribers. You don't get paid until you get to the 1,000 subscribers, but I'm gonna be celebrating at that 500. I'm only at 3, but that's okay because with God, all things are possible. So, guys, I encourage y'all to have a good day. I encourage y'all to have a good week. And look, we gonna grow together. I got some things coming up for myself, and my hands are blessed. This young lady was able. All I ever told this young lady was hello at work and how you doing. We was all sitting at a table Friday doing morning talk, group talk, and this young lady started crying when I told her. I don't know what I told her, but that's her story to tell. But she started crying and she cried out to me at that table. Her boyfriend, shortly after Jay passed, he had unalived himself. And I didn't even know the whole story, but I looked at that young lady and I told her, you will live and you will not die. That's what I told her. And she began to weep and weep and weep. And I shared some resources with her so she can be mentally prepared for this journey, this growth journey for her. Yeah. Yes. 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 You're right, sis. But that's all I have for y'all. Growth part 2, sis. If y'all watching, y'all go back and y'all watch the second part. I mean, this is part 2. So we're gonna do 4 parts. So I did uh growth. What does that look like for you? 2, this is the second one. And this is growth part 2. Plant that seed, right? First week was what does that look like for you? This week is plant that seed. And we're gonna do however many more the Lord tell me to do, because I'm doing his work, not mine. But love you guys. Love you, sis. Thank you for supporting. Nell, how did you like the live? It was a good one? It was a good one. It was a good one. I didn't have too many people to show up, but hey, baby, I'm going to show up anyway. So I praise and I thank God for this platform. I praise and I thank God for my voice, that he's using it in such a way. But guys, be blessed. Put it in the chat. What are you planting in your growth season? I'm planting praying, self-talking, praise and worship because I want my seed in the good ground. But y'all be blessed. And I'll see y'all next Sunday. And I'm gonna drop a video by Wednesday. So y'all support me. And I'll do the same for y'all. Y'all have a good week. Thank you.